Hi everyone, my name is Miguel, aka Mighty Migz, or you can call me Coach Migz as well. And thank you for tuning in for the second episode of the Mighty Migz Lifestyle channel. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about the karate lifestyle. But before we go further ahead, please press the like and subscribe buttons, as this kind of gesture not only is something I appreciate, but it's going to also encourage me to keep going with these kind of content, because these kinds of content is going to help you out in the long run, in my opinion anyway, so you judge it for yourself. But anyway, the reason why I'm going to talk about this karate lifestyle topic is because I grew up doing karate, and it's the very first style of martial art that I grew up in. And I have to thank my mentor, and who I still consider my Sensei Jericho Eluna, for teaching me not only karate techniques but the karate lifestyle of discipline and respect. And I also appreciate him, putting up with my Bart Simpson-like behavior during classes earlier in my karate journey. But anyway, without further ado, I'm going to talk to you about this why. Okay, so anyway, so I've done several different martial arts growing up. Even up to now, I still practice like the Muay Thai that I've learned from like the Badada brothers from Full Force Gym, and even boxing that someone like Wayne Douglas has taught me. But anyway, my foundation in martial arts will always come back from karate, because it's the very first martial art that I've actually learned. Because traditional martial arts in general, such as karate, will actually help you develop not only self-respect but respecting others, because you have to respect yourself first before you respect others. Okay, but it goes hand in hand. But what I've realized as well through research, and not just from people who I listen to, other karate instructors, is that after doing my own research as well, is that karate was actually formed and developed in the olden days of Okinawa. Okay, so back then I don't think Okinawa was a part of Japan, but anyway, they developed that style of fighting there, and karate translates into the art of empty hand. Okay, and one of the things I realized, even just doing a bit of research, is that there are a lot of older Japanese people, Okinawans, or whatever you call them, they're still practicing karate, even though they're in 70s, 80s, or 90s, because it's a part of their lifestyle. Okay, but they also have some traditional ways of cultural practices. It's overall subjective again, so not every single family in Okinawa will practice this, but it'll be similar. Okay, but one of the things that they tend to practice is a thing called, number one, it's called hara hachibu. Okay, so hara hachibu in Okinawan or in Japanese is the theory to stop eating, or to eat until you're 80% full. But why is this effective? Because overeating actually stresses the body, and also can lead to some serious health issues such as high cholesterol, diabetes, or any other heart problems that's going to affect your terminal health or long-term health in general. Okay, but one of the reasons why as well is that they actually did this. They practiced this hara hachibu in case they get in a street fight. They could actually just still feel mobile. Okay, because I've been there, done that before. When I'm feeling very, very full, not only you can't move, but you just feel like crap. Okay, but back then they need to protect themselves, maybe just because there wasn't much law enforcement, or there was less civilization in those parts of Okinawa back in the day. But they often had to defend themselves, and they have to actually be mobile enough to defend themselves. So being 80% full actually helped them stay mobile. So how does this translate to you as the modern day person? It's plain and simple. Okay, so also to feel mobile in case there's an emergency. Okay, so the building's collapsing, or there's a car accident, or what you call it, or you need to get out of there all of a sudden towards getting away from a speeding car. You can be still be mobile, being 80% full after you just had a meal. But in the long-term process, you want to be 80% full at most, because you want to prevent diabetes. Okay, or because obviously there's one type of diabetes that's hereditary. But I'm not talking about that. But the type 1, I think it's type 1 that's not hereditary. And one of the best ways to do that is not to overeat. And people who are diabetic, who I've known to be diabetic, are people who actually tend to overeat a lot and just eat the wrong things often, okay, like very constantly, okay? But yeah, so just prevent your any serious health issues like from diabetes or high cholesterol or any heart-related problems. Just eat until you're 80% full, okay? All right, so the second practice that they have is vegetables, okay? So very nutritious types of vegetables. Okay, actually they're all nutritious. I don't even know why I said that. But and also low in calories, okay? And veggies or vegetables are a great way to function your digestive and immune system, and even your central nervous systems. Okay, so a big part of Okinawan nutrition are sweet potatoes, which are low in GI and releases energy slower to help you stay fuller for longer. Okay, and you're not going to be as bloated as eating a big sweet potato compared to like a big white potato or brown potato. Okay, so because it has lower GI, so lower GI stands for glycemic index. Okay, so the lesser GI in general, the better it is for you to prevent that type of unnecessary weight gain that you want. And it is also rich in vitamins A, C, and D, and B6. Don't believe me? Look it up yourselves. Okay. The third thing that they often practice are soy and seaweed. Okay, miso, not seaweed. Soy and miso products. Okay, they are known to reduce the risk of heart disease and bad cholesterol in the long run, along with the risk of cancer as well. So and Goya as well, which is Japanese for bitter melon, is also another great ingredient to reduce such health risks as well. Okay, so consider some soy products. Of course, like soy products in general can benefit the ladies because of its estrogen content. Okay, but with guys, just try to limit it, because too much soy, we can end up looking like a sumo wrestler. Okay, we don't want that. Okay, no offense to the sumo wrestlers. Okay, and seaweed is number 4. I accidentally said that in the previous point. It is also known to reduce blood sugar and regulate your insulin. Okay, seaweed is a great source of iodine as well. Okay, so I'm not going to get into what iodine is, but you look it up to yourself. But for those of you guys who are actually lacking iodine after a blood test, may consider seaweed, but don't take my word for it. Consult your health practitioner in that field, maybe a naturopath or a clinical nutritionist or a dietitian. Okay, and number 5 is turmeric. Okay, it prevents cancer cells from spreading and a great source of anti-inflammatory nutrients to relieve muscle soreness, especially like for those of you guys that actually work out hard like I do. Quite often I still get muscle soreness because I'm one of those people, one of handful or maybe even many people who know how to push themselves, who are self-motivated. Okay, so turmeric, actually I want to add a couple of things there. Ginger, pineapple, and cinnamon are actually good anti-inflammatories as well. So those are things I personally practice. Not so much turmeric, but I've done it a few times. But the other 3 that I mentioned, yes, I have. Okay, this is probably my favorite one, number 6. More seafood and less meat. Okay, you are what you eat. And if that's true, that's maybe the reason why I look like a fish, because I love my seafood. And seafood is the best source of protein for general weight loss. Okay, so be aware of that. Okay, so however, most seafoods are also rich in iodine, okay, omega-3 and iron. And eating more seafood and less meat helps your skin glow and slow down the process of aging. Okay, so if you want to age gracefully, of course, like genetics play a huge part in the way you're aging, but you can all do your part. This could be the right thing for you. So eat more seafood and less meat, help your skin glow. But if you're not into seafood, find another source. Okay, maybe the vegetarian or vegan lifestyle. You check it out yourself. And number 7 would be low dairy. Okay, there are other better sources to get your calcium from than dairy. You could replace that with broccoli, spinach, and even asparagus, just to name a few. So dairy is not the be all or end all when it comes to your calcium intake. I used to believe that myself, only because my parents told me so. No offense, mom and dad, but I proved you wrong there. But there's a saying that I abide by as well. Like a lot of vegans and vegetarians. I'm not a vegan or vegetarian, but a vegetarian myself. But they actually abide by the same thing. What I say: if adult cows don't drink milk, then why should we as adults? Okay, so consider that. But if you like dairy, and if you want to make that your primary source of calcium for your daily intake, like for your overall health, then go for it. each to their own, yeah? Okay. Yeah, I love those green veggies. Of course, like most people, I don't crave veggies, but I eat it because I know it's gonna be good for me in the long run, for my gut health, my digestive system, my immune system, and even like my blood testing, my cholesterol levels as well, and my my blood pressure will be stable by eating more green veggies as well. Okay. Okay, this could be the last point. Actually, no, this isn't the last point. Number 8 is low consumption or no alcohol at all. For me, I'm second one. I don't drink alcohol at all. I despise it. Okay, for those of you guys who love alcohol, no offense, but I despise it because I've seen so many people who drank too much alcohol in their lives and it's ruined not only their own personal lives, but their relationships within their network. That includes family and friends, okay? But it does more harm to your body than good. Just be aware of that if you are not aware of that. I mean, it's plain and simple common sense, okay? Because like I said, I don't personally drink alcohol at all. And I feel good at the age of 38. I'm going to be 39 soon. And I'm feeling better now than what I am back in my 20s because I don't take my good health for granted at all. In fact, that I've become more disciplined as time goes by. But with that being said, if your conviction says either drink minimal alcohol or don't drink alcohol at all, stick to your guns, okay? Follow your gut feeling, and just the more you stick by your convictions, the better self-respect you're going to have, and the better people are going to respect you, most people anyway. But don't do it for people respecting you. You have to do it to respect yourself first, okay? Because self-respect and self-assurance goes hand in hand, but at the same time, you're going to progress more in general, having more self-respect, okay? So if you want to quit alcohol of some sort, I'm not here to tell you how to do that, but if it's never too late, seek some help. But little to no alcohol will benefit you in the long run, okay? Number 9 is actually the last one, karate for life, okay? Not everyone who's listening to this actually will have practiced karate or is practicing karate, but you could actually substitute this with another physical activity, or like something like going to the gym regularly, like 3 to 5 times a week, okay? Or you want to, if you're not into the gym or in that kind of setting, you can just go walks in the park, run in the park, or just swim at your local beach or your swimming pool. Do something physical, okay? So karate for life doesn't necessarily mean that you have to practice karate, but also you could actually keep your self active, keeps your muscle fibers and your bones healthy, in a healthy state, okay? Maintained in a healthy state. So just be aware of that, guys, okay? So karate for life means just stay active, okay? But for those of you guys who love karate or who still practice karate like I do, karate for life, us, okay? Well, there you have it. Okay, I hope this video actually helps you get a better perspective on how to live a healthier and better life. Okay, because each to their own, but I'm only going to practice what I personally preach what I personally practice. My bad. Just be aware that everybody's different. Okay, so if any of these things may suit you, and you want to add or subtract some things into your lifestyle with the things that I actually just said, then go for it, okay? Because you can only get out what you put in, all right? So you are what you eat, and you can only get out what you put in, okay? So I hope that helps, and if you haven't done so, please don't forget to press the like and subscribe buttons, and it's gestures like this that's going to help me not only appreciate your actions, but also encourage me to do more videos like this in the long run. And feel free to share it to any one of your friends and networks that may benefit from this content. Until the next video, thanks so much for tuning in. Adios.